What is going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. For this video, we're going to be talking about the Seahawks 2023 NFL season, their offseason in 2024, and how I think they're going to do in the upcoming 2024 NFL season. So the Seahawks, they finished the season with a 9-8 record, and that was just barely out of the playoffs. They didn't make it due to a tiebreaker between the Packers and Saints that they were not able to win, Packers being the team that did win. And during that season, I noticed that they looked a lot better in the first half of the season than the second half of the season, because they started the season 6-3 or something like that, and they only won 3 games after that, to get 9 wins, and they just didn't look very good at the second half of the season. So it doesn't surprise me they didn't make the playoffs. It also doesn't help that they're in the same division as the 49ers and the Rams. One is definitely a Super Bowl contender. One is, arguably a Super Bowl contender, depending on what you think. And the Seahawks are definitely the third best team in that division. So it is a pretty unfortunate situation for them. And they drafted Byron Murphy II, a defensive tackle, to try and help their run defense, which has been pretty poor the last 2 seasons. And they also got rid of Pete Carroll. They decided to fire him or let him go or whatever they did. And they brought in former Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald to be the new head coach. So we'll have to see how he does with the new, powers of a head coach and all that. I think he will help out their defense. I don't know how the offense is going to do, but I definitely think their defense is going to be better because of Mike McDonald being there. And they also got Sam Howell away from the Commanders. And that's not like a huge signing, but it is a young quarterback who has some promise. And they definitely need a guy like that, because no offense to Geno Smith, but he isn't very good and he's not going to play forever. He's a good Band-Aid option, but he's also not going to play forever, if you catch my drift. So I think it's good they got Sam Howell just to see, if Geno Smith plays poorly, they can have him and see what he's got in the work, see if he's the guy, if he can turn it around, because he actually played pretty well for the Commanders for a little bit. Ironic, since that's who we're playing against in Madden. But I think at some point they should give the reins to Sam Howell just to see what he has, because Geno Smith, it's like you kind of already know what he is. And he's not really going to bring your team to a Super Bowl or anything like that. He's just a good backup. Not really a great starter, though. And they also got rid of Jamal Adams. And, that's not a huge loss for them, because Jamal Adams hasn't been good ever since he was on the Jets. That him being on the Seahawks has just been quite a disaster for them, because they traded 2 first-round picks for him, and that just didn't end up working out. They did that back when they had Russell Wilson and were, playoff team, Super Bowl contender year in, year out. And they thought they would try and, push themselves over the edge, but obviously that didn't happen because they didn't win a Super Bowl with Jamal Adams on the roster. So that's one trade that wasn't very good for them. And I guess now it's officially over since he's no longer on the Seahawks. And, I still think their defense is going to be solid. I don't think losing him is going to derail their defense or anything like that, because their pass defense is actually not bad. It's their run defense that's really bad. But I do like how they addressed it. I like how they got a guy in the draft, and I like how they got a defensive-minded head coach. Because if I'm being honest, this offense isn't too bad. I mean, they've got DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant. Those are four very solid players. And I mean, even if you have a iffy quarterback, I mean, those four guys can kind of make up for it because those guys are all pretty good, especially DK Metcalf and Kenneth Walker. Those guys are probably the two best, and then Tyler Lockett and Noah Fant are the next two best, just because those guys are still pretty good players. Not on the level of DK Metcalf and Kenneth Walker, of course, but those two guys are good enough at their respective positions. So, I mean, you'd think with the right QB, this team could really push for the playoffs and maybe be a heavy contender in a few years if they find the guy. So we'll have to see how they do. I don't necessarily think Sam Howell will be the guy, but I do like how they at least are taking a chance on him. And I mean, even if he's not the guy, they can go look for someone next season. And they have Geno Smith, taking control of the offense until they get that guy. And I mean, I mentioned he's not the best, but he's also not the worst. And I think he'd be a great mentor as well. I think he's going to mentor Sam Howell pretty well, and we'll see if that'll benefit him well enough to where he can play at a high level. And I think that's actually going to do it for the real life portion of the Seahawks. I got everything I wanted to say, talked about their draft, talked about their season. I guess I do got to talk about the regular season next season. I think they're going to win anywhere from 6 to maybe 8 or 9 games. I mean, it's not because their team is bad or anything like that. It's just because of the other teams in the NFC that the Seahawks have to deal with, because they're not better than the Rams or the 49ers, and that's already not a favorable situation because both those teams are in their division. I mean, I also don't think they're better than the Cowboys, Eagles, Packers, Lions, or even the Bucks or Falcons. So that's just a lot of teams that I don't think they're going to have a better record than. So it's not that their team sucks, it's just I don't think they're better than those teams I listed. Because, I mean, the 49ers, my division winners are probably like 49ers, Lions, Eagles, and then Falcons. And there's 3 spots after that. And the Seahawks will have to beat out teams like the Packers, the Cowboys, the Bucks, the Rams, maybe the Bears if they're really good. It's just not favorable for them. So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next season just because of all of that. But, I mean, I do like what this team is doing. It's just unfortunate that a lot of teams have great quarterbacks and great rosters and things like that. And they're just not with those teams yet. So we'll see how they do in this upcoming season. I think it's going to be kind of a rebuilding year, maybe more retooling, because they do still have some very solid players, like I mentioned. But I think they'll just have to wait a year before they get back to the playoffs. 2025 maybe they'll get to the playoffs. And that is going to officially do it for the real life portion of the Seahawks, since I officially talked about everything. So we'll shift our focus to Madden. It is a tie game, 14-14. Commanders have the ball. 1st down and 10. Handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. to end the half, as it is halftime. And I mentioned it's ironic that we're playing against the Commanders because Sam Howell is now a Seahawk. So I guess that's kind of funny that we're talking about him and we're playing against him. As the Seahawks will start off with the ball, as Joey Sly's going to kick this out to the left. DJ Dallas just going to sit on this. It'll be out at the 25. We'll see what Geno Smith and the Seahawks can do. 1st down and 10. Kenneth Walker's going to take a handoff. and he's going to get about a yard. He had a big run earlier today, but he hasn't done a whole lot beside that. 2nd down and 9. This pass is incomplete, looking for DK Metcalf one-on-one, but this pass gets knocked away. 3rd down and 9. This pass is caught by Tyler Lockett to get the first down to make it 1st down and 10 at the 37. Bubble screen to DK Metcalf. He's got some speed, and he's able to get about 10 yards to make it 2nd down and inches. This pass is caught by Will Dissly to make it 1st down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Handoff to Kenneth Walker, and Kenneth Walker is going to get swarmed for a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12 at the 46. Geno Smith's going to find an open Will Dissly, and Will Dissly is going to get the first down. Not an exciting play, but it is enough to move the sticks. 1st down and 10 at the 37. Geno Smith's going to find Will Dissly again as the Commanders are having some trouble stopping him. 2nd down and 7 at the 35. Geno Smith's going to find Kenneth Walker, and he's going to get the first down on the check down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Seahawks are moving the ball efficiently. Geno Smith going to DK Metcalf, and he has got him, as the quarterback stood no chance against him, as DK Metcalf's faster, stronger, and bigger than him, and he used that to his advantage. Touchdown Seahawks, and we'll see if they make the PAT here. Kick looks good, and the kick is going to be good to make this 21-14, and this will be a 7-point deficit for the Commanders. This is the first time they've been down in this game, so we'll see how they respond as they're going to take this kick out to about the 24. Should have probably just sat on it. He would have got out the 25 and preserved his energy there. 1st down and 10. Sam Howell is going to hand the ball off to Brian Robinson Jr. to make it 2nd down and 6, and they're going to run some pistol here. We'll see what they do here. 3rd quarter's about to end. Only 40 seconds left. Sam Howell on 2nd down and 6. Going to throw, and it's picked off by Boye Mafe. Horrible throw. And it looks like Boye Mafe is going to get a pick 6 out of this. So the Seahawks, after being down the whole game, able to get the lead and then extend their lead with a pick 6. That's huge for the Seahawks. And for the Commanders, yikes, that's not good, because now they're down by 14 and they basically have to score a touchdown here, because if they don't, then the Seahawks can really, melt the clock, because they won't have to worry about, them scoring on their next drive and tying it. So we'll have to see if they can do just that, as they're going to return it again. And this time it's a solid return. He gets up to the 32, and we'll see what they can do. Sam Howell back to pass on 1st down and 10. Pass is caught by Terry McLaurin. Good start for them. And the 3rd quarter is very close to ending. This might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 at the 44. Sam Howell back to pass, going to throw. And he had Terry McLaurin, but Terry McLaurin didn't even have a chance on that one, as that was an overthrow. 2nd down and 10. This pass is straight up dropped by Terry McLaurin, as he was double covered, but he had the ball in his hands. 3rd down and 10. This pass is caught. Somehow that's caught by, I believe, Jahan Dotson to move the 6 to make it 1st down and 10. And start of the 4th quarter. Commanders have not scored since the 1st quarter, so if they want to win this game, they obviously need to score in this 4th quarter. 1st down and 10, it'll be a jet sweep to Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is going to get a 1st down and then some, try to juke a man out. That man is Jamal Adams, ironically, but he is not going to do that. Just that 21-yard line, 1st down and 10. Sam Howell's going to just have a missed throw there, as he's having a lot of missed throws this game. 2nd down and 10 at the 21. Sam Howell is going to throw, and this is picked off. What the hell was that? I don't know what that throw was, but obviously the Seahawks will take it and run away with a victory, it looks like, because my opponent's going to quit out of this game. And yeah, that's a good win for the Seahawks. We were down for most of the game, and then in the 3rd quarter, able to take the lead, extend our lead, and then extend our circumstances by getting another pick and forcing our opponent to rage quit and win that game. So that's a good victory for us. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And for my next video, I'm going to be talking about the Houston Texans, because they're the next, or not the Houston Texans, the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm stupid. I don't know why I said the Texans before the Steelers, but I guess stay tuned for that next video if you're going to watch. And if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.